There's only one secret to making fried rice, or actually any stir fry, in fact, is have your ingredients ready, because it has to be done real fast and it has to be done a la minute, just like that. So we have everything done, all right? There actually is another secret to making fried rice. See, I'm a liar, aren't I? You have to cook the rice well. All I've done here is I have cooked a couple of cups of rice in lots of boiling salted water until it's just tender, then whip it out, drain it, run it under cold water and leave it overnight. You can't cook fried rice with rice that you've just cooked. And I hate to say this, even in a Huey's rice cooker, here he goes, but even in a Huey's kitchen rice cooker, it doesn't work. So you can't do it in your rice cooker. Sadly, I don't think it does. It makes it, it's a different style of rice. We need it really separate. Anyway, now that I've done the little lecture for today, what I've got here is I've got some char siu pork, which is just that barbecue pork you buy in Chinatown. I've also got a couple of spring onions, and I've got some Chinese sausage, which I'm just slicing. Now this Chinese sausage I have poached first in some simmering water. You can steam it if you like instead, but do cook it first, please. So I've just got a couple there. Once again, you buy those at any Chinese grocer. I've got 1 clove of garlic, which I'm going to throw in here too. I'll just squeeze it over the top there. And I've also got some fresh ginger, which I'm just going to grate there. All right, so we just grate some fresh ginger into there. Then we just put a wok on the flame. Get the wok fairly hot before you add the oil. That's another secret. That's 3 secrets. Well, I was the one who said there was only 1, didn't I? Now I'm up to 3. Ah, well, what the heck. We'll get this hot, then we'll add a smidgen of olive oil, of peanut oil. We all know how much I like olive oil. This is a dish you need peanut oil for. Right, let's just see. It's important that we don't add too much, because you don't want the dish too oily. You can always tell when you go to a restaurant and that they have an Asian chef in the kitchen. I'm not just talking about in Asian restaurants, I'm talking about any restaurant, because they cook at very fierce heats, and it always has that flavour from the wok, of a very hot wok and just a bit of oil. It's an interesting flavour, and you can always tell the difference, whereas Europeans like me, we can't cook that hot, because when we cook that hot, everything burns. Well, maybe it's just me, but it always seems to, you put your garlic and ginger and you turn around, the thing is absolutely black, whereas you watch them in an Asian restaurant, they're doing it about 5,000 miles an hour. It's perfect. Now I've waited. That's hot enough. Now let's start thinking about it. That's why I was talking, you see. I was waiting for this to heat up. So we throw all those in, remembering that what we've got there is some char siu pork, some Chinese sausage, spring onion, garlic and ginger. So we just stir that up fairly briefly. To that we then add, now you watch this, Rob, because this could cause you a bit of grief. We add some soya sauce, and then we start thinking about throwing in this rice. And we just toss this really, really well. I find a wooden spoon's the easiest way to do it, always have. But we just keep mixing it. Don't go away and answer the phone or anything. This is done immediately. And I'm also going to add some frozen peas. Just a few of those. Look, you can add any ingredients you like. I don't care. You can add some cooked chicken rather than the pork. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. But as I said, the main thing is to keep mixing it and make sure that you mix everything in together so that you got all the flavours through it. Right, let's have a taste, see how I've been going, see if it needs a little bit more soy. You can always add that at the table. Not quite hot enough. All right, that's looking good now. Let's just grab a bowl. This is, of course, an accompaniment. It goes in the centre of the table with the 900 other dishes that you've done. But as I said, this is the one that you make sure you cook a la minute. Just like that. Now, if you wanted, you could also add some sliced spring onion on the top. But I'm just going to have another try of it, because I reckon this is pretty good.